Okay, now, number 40. Now is the Buddha time, okay? Number 40. You remember all this, yeah? Or one of the... okay, let's introduce a little for those who didn't hear yesterday. When Shiva was asked by his wife about the method of concentration, he told her many, yeah? And we have been through to 39. Today we begin again with 40. Number 40. If you want to concentrate, one of the method is that you may try to consider the whole universe as your own body, full of bliss. Okay, you try. And number 41. If you are married, yeah, while being caressed, he called her sweet princess. Enter the caressing as everlasting life. Just try to turn the situation around so you don't sink into the physical pleasure, but entering the pleasure just as much as the everlasting life. Then you just remember the everlasting life. Understand? And whenever you feel like your sense begins to draw you into the physical sensation, then you just stop right there. Stop that. So that's how you block the door of sensations, if you want to. All right? Number 33. That was number 32. Huh? At the beginning of sexual union, keep attentive on the fire in the beginning and continuing to avoid the embers at the end. Understand? No. Okay. If you don't understand, then I don't. What he means is that this is a kind of another kind of practice people use in Tantra yoga. Yeah? Yes. People think Tantra yoga people indulge in pleasure seeking, but it's not true. What they try to is to satisfy the mind, but not to exhaust their body and energy. You understand? Maybe they are engaged in sexual activity, but they never, let the energy flows out into the empty physical world by not finishing the act of sexual union. You understand? If you don't understand, you're going to ask your doctor. I can't. I can't tell you everything here. If you don't understand, it's good. And you don't have to understand, all right? It's for married people, if they want to practice this. Because sometimes some people cannot avoid having sexual union together due to their body function. And some people have more sexual desire than other people. I have read in the newspaper somewhere that lately in America they have a research, and the result is that 1 out of 10 couples in America don't have sexual activities together. Or sometimes they have it in the beginning, and maybe a year or many months later they stop it altogether, and they're happy without. Not that they cheat on each other, but they're just happy, they're finished. Maybe the times has been up and they don't need, they don't desire, they don't have any craving for this sexual drive anymore. And they exist together as husband and wife, but they don't have any physical sexual interacting with each other. That's in America. Maybe elsewhere the same thing. Just because people don't make a research doesn't mean that doesn't exist. Therefore you see the nuns and the monks and the priests and the sisters of many different orders, they also exist as a human being, but they don't have the craving for sexual appetite. That happens, okay? Understand? In case you do, the master here advised that you should not burn up your energy by letting your pleasure come to the climax end. You understand? Yeah. Maybe you love each other and perhaps proceed with sexual act, but don't finish it. You understand what I mean? Just like continue to do it, but don't finish. Then, therefore, preserve the preserve the desire for each other still all the time, but not exhausting each other and yourself by releasing the energy from within. You understand what I mean? Okay. If you don't, then try to ask your doctor about what I mean, or I tell you in private. Number 44. You do understand?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me make it clearer. When the husband and wife have intercourse with each other, right? And then later, if they finish it, yeah, they feel very exhausted because some of the energy through the form of liquid, yeah, will leak out from their body to the outside, and that makes them very tired and exhausted and age very quickly. According to research, again in America, every time you have intercourse, doesn't matter in what form, you age 1.5 days more, quicker than normal, according to research. I am no expert. All right? That's why many people in the India, they practice a form of yoga called Tantra yoga. That means they practice the act of love-making without having come to an end. You understand? They just continue the activity, but they do not let the fluid of the body comes out. Now you understand? The fluid of the man will make a woman pregnant and have children. If they stop that fluid from within themselves. That's what it means. Understand? So if you don't let the fluid comes out, it's okay. That's what he meant. This is for the husband and wife, in case they cannot stop the desire for sexual intercourse altogether. Then they could practice this method of Tantra Yoga. But it takes a lot of control, takes practice. It's not that you want to stop it and it stops. Yeah? Because mostly we are used to it, carry on with the pleasure feeling, and we just let it go. So most of the women and wife, they cannot control their sexual outcome, yeah? And make trouble for themselves and make them tired and things like that. There was a lady in America. She sued her husband for divorce because he always want to make love with her, for example, like that. And she says she's so tired. She has not so much energy for pleasure anymore. Yeah, it could exhaust you and make you unfit for work, to be mother or to be just a lively person. Therefore, the master taught his disciples at that time to conserve the life fluid. Therefore, conserve the energies. Men and women alike. Men and women alike. Mostly men having more trouble than women. A woman, sometimes they don't know what it means by having, how to say, a sexual satisfaction or thing like that. But the men do. Men sometimes need. I'm sorry to talk so much about this. Is that okay? Yeah? Maybe you need to know. Huh? If you don't, just ignore it. Maybe you do, huh? No. Okay, number 44. When in such embrace, your senses are shaken as leaves. Enter this shaking. Okay. Perhaps he meant when two people are in love, yeah? When they embrace each other, they will feel very excited. So their whole body and feeling is trembling. So in that case, you do not be lost in the feeling of the physical sensation, but you should just enter the trembling, yeah, and stay there and be centered. You understand? Just enter and be centered. And do not let yourself get lost in the sensation of the physical feeling. That's what it is. So you see, the master here teach you in any kind of situation, whether disturbance or pleasure, you should turn it around to your own advantages and preserve your cosmic energy from within you. Normally in India, people would have to, if a practitioner, a truly practitioner, he would be advised that he have 2 or 3 children and then stop having sex together, all together with his wife. Just like Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi used to do. He has told you in his biography, no? How he avoided a sexual union with his wife by trying to look at her as a mother or as a sister or as a daughter and try to avoid having a private contact with her when nobody else is around. In that way, he avoided the sexual contact with her for many decades until they both died, and they had no problem. I'm not saying that you must or you should or you ought to do it. It's just for your reference, all right? It's your life. You do whatever you think is good for you. You do whatever you think is appropriate so that you can advance quicker on your spiritual practice. Yeah? I am no holier than thou person sitting here and pinpointing you saying you must do this and that and others. All right? Number 45. I don't understand this. Even remembering union without the embrace, the transformation. Should we just leave it? Leave it, huh? Oh, all this embracing. It's embarrassing. Number 46. On joyously seeing a long absent friend, permit this joy. All right. Have you ever seen a long absent friend before? Yes. Okay. At that time you feel very happy, right? Okay. And when you are happy, show it. And radiate all this happiness to all the people around you, not only the friend alone. Because when you show it, everybody knows it too. But be natural, okay? Be natural. Don't try it with a loudspeaker. 47. When eating or drinking, become the taste of the food or drink and be filled. Well, this I don't understand, but maybe you understand better. Try to become the taste of the food and be filled. That means you don't have to eat a lot, right? You might try, huh? For example, when we eat and drink, normally we just eat and then talk, talk to a friend, and then afterward don't know what you have eaten. Yeah, and then so even if you have eaten, but you did not feel very satisfied, and sometimes it gives you digestion problem because you don't concentrate on the blessed taste that the Lord has endowed upon you through the food. So the taste of the food is perhaps the blessing from the Lord. So whenever we eat, we should appreciate the taste, and think about it as a love from God. Therefore, after we finished, we will feel very satisfied and full, without having to eat a lot and making you feel, sluggish and sleepy. All right? Actually, whenever we eat, we should not talk, because the negativity enters through the mouth and share the food with us and spoil the food, make it unwholesome, unholy, and sometimes poisonous. All right? But of course, you come here once a while and you eat together and you don't see each other for a long time. Some from Europe, some from America, some from India, some from Singapore, India, whatever. So I cannot even forbid you again. You don't talk while you meditate. You don't talk while you sleep. You don't talk while you listen to me. And you don't talk while you eat. Oh, terrible. And then you feel like you're being so restricted. You know what I mean? So but whenever you can, all right, try to remember the taste of the food and stay there instead of talking too much. Okay? I try to remember the taste of what it is here. Yeah. Grapefruit, very nice. All right. Number 48. Now, very nice. Oh, lotus eye one. See that? Sweet of touch. He praised her. That her touch is even so sweet, and her eyes are like the lotus. When singing, seeing, tasting, be aware you are and discover the ever-living. Be aware that you are. When we're doing any activity such as singing, eating, or seeing something, be aware who is the seer, who is the one that tastes, who is the one that sings. That's what he meant. Always be self-centered and remember the true master of the house. And do not run after the object, but remain centered. Yeah? See, but do not run. Understand? Do not be drawn into the object, and always stay here, stable like a mountain, witnessing everything around, but still always aware of the true self. Don't I sound like a Zen master, eh? Big deal, huh? Big talk, huh? You understood? Yeah, sure. Maybe more than I do. 49. wherever satisfaction is found, in whatever act, actualize this. You know what this is? This is this. And finished. I cannot explain this to you. And if you don't understand this, then forget this. Number 50. At the point of sleep. When sleep has not yet come and external wakefulness vanishes, at this point, true being is revealed. Have you tried that? Yeah, you have? Sure you have. Even I have. If you remember well, sometimes you finish your meditation, right? On the cushion. And then you left, you go to bed, right? At that time you feel you're very sleepy. But then when you jump on the bed, you haven't slept yet. Immediately at that point, sometimes the light came, flooding, right? And then you sit there meditate for 3 hours, nothing happened. And then as soon as you feel tired, okay, I'm fed up. And then you went to sleep, you just lay down, and immediately the light came, floating. Or sometimes the sound came and take you up into soaring into high above heaven. Is that not so? Yeah. That is this. Okay, 51. In summer, when you see the entire sky endlessly clear, enter such clarity. Oh, this is very clear to you, no? Yeah? No? You know what? Sometimes we look into the sky intensely, huh? And then sometimes it feels like we enter a kind of space, huh? Very clear. It's not the real sky that we enter. It is the outer sky that leads us into the inner sky. Just like when sometimes you sit and meditate without even the sky, but you saw the sky at night or even in the morning, but you saw clearly the midday sun and the midday sky. Or sometimes in the daytime you sit here alone in the dark room, but you saw the sky, the Milky Way, and the beautiful evening stars, and the moon, etc. Is that not so? That's what is this. 52. As another method. Lie down as dead. And wreck in wrath and stay so. Or stare without moving an eyelash. Or suck something and become the sucking. It's so funny. Oh, this you know. I don't understand. And wreck in wrath. I don't understand why you should be angry like that. Huh? All right. I must be more enlightened to understand all these unenlightened things. Okay. He means is whatever you do, try to be dead to the body, but enter the activity alone. Understand? 53. Without support for feet or hands, sit only on your buttocks. And suddenly, the centering. This is the translation. Without support for feet or hands, sit only on the buttocks. Suddenly, the centering. Wow. Wow. It's really mysterious. See that? You see that? Yes? Okay. Then we go to the next. Well, I'm glad you see that. I haven't seen nothing. My God. This master is very funny. Well, I don't know what he destroyed, but at least he destroyed my intellect. Number 54. In an easy position, gradually pervade an area between the armpits into great peace. Oh, this is funny. Oh, this is funny. Oh, this I don't understand. You understand? Yeah, right? Okay, thank you very much. And the next one. Number 55. 55th. See, as if for the first time, a beautiful person or an ordinary object. Oh, I've seen it many times. What he means is concentrate. Huh? Everything here is concentration. So, there is a practice in Lamaism, Tibet, about concentration. Like they would give you a picture of a deity or a devil-looking picture, a devil-looking like personage, and then they tell you to just stare at it and try to remember all the details. What his pen looks like, what his head looks like, what his fang looks like, and what his eyes look like. For example, every detail, and try to see everything. Until even when the people take the picture away, you still have a vivid impression, copy of that picture. Perhaps that's what it is, with looking at something like the first time. You know what I mean? Try to concentrate. Whatever you look at it intensely, and not waver your attention or look around back and forth and in and out, etc., etc. Perhaps that's what it means, okay? Mm-hmm. Perhaps, I don't know. Who cares about all this, huh? We practice Guanyin method, simple. Our goal is very simple, just to become a Buddha, right? Nothing more. We don't ask for much, do we? All right. Oh, this. Number 56. With mouth slightly open. Keep mind in the middle of the tongue. Or as breath comes silently in, feel the sound. Yeah, that's what it is. Feel the sound of breathing. That's what it is. Yeah? But here it says H. So now. So I don't think you should do this in public, do you? You open your mouth and put your mind in the tongue. I think if you have any sense of intelligence, I don't think I need to advise you not to do this in the public, huh? And not to do this in the restaurant either. You must eat. And not to do that on a lecture platform, or you have to speak, okay? I have never seen a person like that with. Oh yeah, I have seen some of you in the middle of the retreat like this. Sometimes. I don't know what you're doing. Perhaps you already You already mastered this technique to perfection. Or else, what else? Yeah, now I know. You reading all this behind my back, huh? And practice it behind my back as well, huh? Okay, I think we forget it, huh? What, huh? 58 until when? Oh, we're already halfway. Yeah. Halfway, huh? Oh my God. Every day I keep turning the page. Look like it never comes to an end. All right. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Take a deep breath. Feel the sound of... and good night. See you tomorrow if you're still there. Yeah. Oh my God. Next time the boys sit behind them, make 3-4 rows, okay? And not just like this, like army camp. Yeah, make a little thicker, or sit right here. No, two rows like this, and behind the 4, 5, 6 rows. That's the same thing. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know. Come on, huh? Where's my umbrella? Have you seen it? You haven't seen my umbrella somewhere? Then I must have put it somewhere else. I put it somewhere else, right? And somebody else would have seen it, right? There's a person who asked the girl, oh, have I seen you before somewhere? So the second person said, no, I don't think so, I haven't seen you. So the first person asked, have you been in California lately? And the other person said, no, I have never been to California. But the first person said, me neither. I said, maybe somebody else has been in California and somebody else have seen that person there. Not the two of us. Okay, good night. Join them, huh? All right, let's become Buddha together. Now we continue with our job, boring job. Yesterday when? What? Huh? Number what? Nah. 58, huh? No, 57, huh? Okay, 56. When you open your mouth and and listen to the sound of the of the breathing. Remember? Okay. Did any of you try that in the tent yesterday? The Buddha must laugh, huh? When see you open your mouth and like an idiot like that. All right, number 56. 56 already. We already opened the mouth. Now, now number 57. When sitting on a bed or on a seat, let yourself become weightless and beyond mind. What does it mean beyond mind? Huh? Not thinking anything. But you try, I bet. 1 second only. Okay. Beyond mind. Yes, in samadhi. Yes. Beyond thinking. Yeah? Beyond calculating. Because when there is a mind, there is thinking. There is running around. There is calculating. And all kind of garbage going on. Now number 58. In a moving vehicle. Well, this is for driving people. Oh, but don't do it. But rhythmically, yeah? Rhythmically, swaying, experience. Experience what? Maybe samadhi, huh? But I would not advise this to the driving people, huh? Or in a still vehicle, letting yourself swing in slowing invisible circles. Did you ever do that? Yeah? Well, you can try. But I don't think you should do that. The police will run after you. Because your car will go like this. What the master meant perhaps was not the driver, okay? The passenger, yeah? Just let yourself be moved, yeah? Swinging around with the movement of the vehicle. At that time they have perhaps horses, yeah? Horse carriages. So the movement, it must be very smooth. So maybe try to ease your tension by teaching you to move with the movement so that you don't feel agitated. And it's comforting for you. Then perhaps you have some light and sound experiences, okay? Now 59, okay. Number 59. One of the way of concentration is by simply looking into the blue sky beyond the clouds, and then find the serenity. Serenity within yourself. Yeah? Some people do that. Well, sometimes you go on holidays, right? It's difficult to concentrate because there's so much going around in a holiday resort, too many people, and then the the noise and, you know, the holidays atmosphere, and you just don't feel like reciting the 5 names, perhaps. and then you just lay there on the beach, and difficult to do any concentration. Okay, then, okay, you may look at the sky, but concentrate on that. And then you also will enter samadhi. Then, if you remember the 5 names, it's even better for you. Understand? Okay. Number 60. Now he called her Shakti. Shakti, the goddess of devotion. Shakti, see all space as if already absorbed in your own head, in the brilliance. Well, this is a kind of imagination. Or maybe he say see. He didn't say imagine. See means when people saw everything has become their own selves, then that is a time they would see the brilliancy from within, the brilliance within. Of course, yeah? Of course, when you become one with the universe, what else do you see but only brilliance of lights? Is that not so? Oh, yeah, very, very easy. All the teaching is very easy. Perhaps for the Himalayan dwellers, for the Indian, the one who are very devoted and pure. But for other people, it's a little bit difficult. Now, 61. Waking, sleeping, or dreaming, know yourself as light. Is that easy? Yeah. You can, huh? That means always concentration. You remember that? So see, all the master teach you anything, nothing new but concentration. Every time, try to remember you are the light. You are the current, the musical sound of the universe, the original sound. Remember you are the light. Never forget. and sink into the physical existence of this body. And that's how we suffer if we sink down. Try always to lift yourself up. Be above human existence. Be above physical body. And then you will feel better. At least in the mind. 62. When during a black night it's raining, so enter that blackness as a form of all forms. Well, can you understand that? The black hole. Sometimes when we meditate, we see all black, no? But the black is living. The blackness that we saw in front of us while meditating is a living blackness. It feels like it's pulsating. And sometimes it's creating something out of that. The blackness is not the real blackness. It is the silence of the creation, the night of the creation, when everything are absorbed again into that and stay sleeping for a while. So in such a black night, maybe you try to enter the blackness of the origin. Yeah, understand? And then feel awake. 64. Just as you have the impulse to do something, stop. Understand? When you want to do something so bad, just stop. See what happens. That's one of the practice method. Now, number 65. Center on the sound Om without A or M. The sound Om is made of A, U, M. But you center in between. So make it become like there's no letter, no physical sound, but just the centering of your own concentration. Well, is it difficult? No, huh? Om is easy, huh? Om, 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 om. Okay, you don't need to try all this, okay? You already have enough things to do. But just for your reference, I let you study other methods of practice or other teaching to see if it fits you, so that you know something. So that at least you know that I know something. 66. Silently intone a word ending in H, A-H. And then in the effortlessly see the spontaneity. Oh, it's very poetic here. Very difficult for us. What he meant is when you say something with the word that end with A and H. Yeah? Then try to feel the end of the H, like the breathing sound. And then enter Buddha nature. And spontaneity or natureness is the same. Buddha nature, thing like that. Different name for the original power. 67. Feel yourself as pervading all directions, far and near. Well, that you can understand. Yeah? Try to feel that. Can you? Try. But not too far, okay? Not too far. When I'm talking, you better not to feel yourself pervading too far to the gauge over there or to the end of the line like yesterday. Maybe it suits you, but give me pressure. 68. Oh God. Pierce some part of your nectar-filled foam with a pin and gently enter the piercing. Pierce yourself with a pin. See. Where? Oh, I make myself a pimple, all right. No, oh God. I cannot enter the piercing, sorry, I don't like it. Actually, in the old time, there are such practice like this. When people were so desperate for enlightenment, they do anything. But I would not advise that. Maybe pierce a little bit with a pin is okay. You know, or not very pointed pin, like a pen or something. It won't hurt you so much. At least it gives you concentration. But if you have to do that with a pen or with something a little pointed, not to hurt yourself and make yourself bleed, okay? And you can pierce it in the wisdom, point a little bit. Not pierce it, use your fingernails, all right? I think God already provided fingernail for that purpose. Eh? And then when you cannot concentrate and you have to do this, and later with this finger tired, then you have another finger. That's why God made 10 fingers. So that within 2.5 hours you can, you know, try to use up all of them and enter samadhi. Yeah? Oh. All right. If you remember Tilopa, the master of Milarepa's master of Maba, huh? The master of Tilopa. Naropa is a master of Tilopa, yeah. And when he first accepted Tilopa, he taught to him a lot of things, like putting nails in his fingers and all that. Sometimes beat him and things like that, and make him go and beg for soup again and again and again. I mean, do all kind of tests to see if the disciple was fit enough to follow him. Perhaps because Tilopa was a special person. Because Naropa has a lot of disciples too, according to the story. But he did not test any other disciples that way. Not that we have read about or heard of. Only to Tilopa. He did all kind of physical, painful test. I hope it wasn't true, all the story. And I don't think any master of the modern day can afford to do this kind of testing, unless he wants to have a holidays in jail for some time. Nowadays you couldn't even scold a disciple without being resented and angry at, you know. Sometimes I scold some person here, you know, a cook or something, because they are so messy. As I told you, they spread garbage all over instead of love. So I scold them. I told them they have to clear up, you know. We are not a pigsty here. And then they get angry somehow inside, and their face become longer than usual. Not that I have measured, but I can see from afar, because it's very long, so you can see more clearly in the nighttime even. And then when I eat my soup that day, I cannot digest. Because they have put some invisible anger poison inside. And I couldn't digest, and I feel very troublesome. I tested many times like that. If I scold them a little bit for some reason, and then at that night I cannot digest the food. Yeah, you know, I eat as usual, not much, but then the food somehow became very heavy, like I have eaten stones. Then I know. Or sometimes they're lazy, they don't cook. They call the Vietnamese to cook from here or somewhere, and that Vietnamese, I don't know who, have not been purified or talking a lot while cooking. And then when I eat that food, I also feel like I have been eating stones. I have to carry the stones all night until I have digested them with the power of meditation. I know immediately who cooks and what has been done to the food. There is no mistaken at all. But I do not scold them for the reason that to make me sick. I know they are angry at me, and I accept that. But what I mean is that nowadays the master cannot afford to do the things that Maba, you know, did to Milarepa, or Naropa did to Tilopa. Understand what I mean? You can't even scold a person without being resented. let alone pierce them with pins and take off the fingernails or make them build a house for 7 times and beat them and make them carry stone until their back bleeding and all kind of testing like that. It's not possible anymore. Okay, now what is it? So don't pierce yourself with a pin and say, Master say so. I don't say, it's Shiva who said it. And you don't have to do it. But if you cannot concentrate sometimes, then you may, may touch yourself here or use your fingernail. It's a little harder, so make you more aware of where you want to put your attention. And that is all right. Understand? But don't hurt yourself, okay? And don't say that I said that. Don't the Master say I have to pierce myself. No, I never did. Okay? Pierce yourself if you want. You're free. And number 69, you can also feel that your thought and your I amness and your internal organs all are the real same precious form, invisible, all-pervading form. You understand? In other words, feel your body, a physical body, as pure, as never existing, as only an illusionary object. Meanwhile, your true self is pure, all-pervading, and almighty. And in other words, you're one with God. You are that. You're God. There's no need to consider with the defied, physical, illusionary form which doesn't exist. It's true. During samadhi, you don't feel your body, no? Sometimes if you enter deep samadhi, you feel you're not there. You're just everywhere. You're everything. And you exist. But not in a physical form. Like your body has never existed. Disappear altogether. It can happen, right? At that time, you enter truth. You enter the reality. And that is the only reality that we should search for. And everything else concerning this physical body and this world is truly non-existing. It's just a dream. A very, very real dream. Very solid dream. And it's very difficult to wake up from it. But must remember it's a dream. Try to remember as much as you can. All right. I already exceed your limit of sleeping time. All right. Okay, so next time, huh? Now, good. See you later. See you another time. What day is today? It doesn't seem less than any page for every day. All right. Saturday? No. Friday. Okay. 29? Wow. So fast? Oh. I must say that I enjoy having you here, despite all the pushing going on between the yin and yang. You have to learn. They have to learn. They're stupid, huh? I shouldn't have protected them, but you push so hard, it made me feel pressure here. I hate to see anything that is, not proportionate, that's unjust and unfair. That is my weakness. And anything that's unfair, I think I have to make it flat, That is my weakness. So that's how I interfere with your karma and try to make it right. Otherwise, these stupid people, they deserve it. You can just push them to the end of the world. I don't mind. But because they are my brothers, yeah? They small, little, weak, stupid, coward brothers. So I have to protect them. I feel sorry for them. I cannot be so strong like you and don't feel anything for them. I do feel. I'm weaker than you. Yeah. I feel for the weak. Yeah. So when I feel like they're so weaker every day, I cannot bear it. So I have to stand up and rescue them. Otherwise, wherever you sit, I don't care. Who do I care if you are woman or man? What does it make to me? I don't live with any of you. Man or woman, you all came here the same. And I treated you equally. But that's why you should treat each other equally. should not push when there is a limit. You should, I would say, tolerate each other, helping, encouraging each other. All right? Not to take advantage of other weakness. That's what I want you to know. Not that I care what sex you are. I can't do anything with you, man or woman. I want nothing to do with you. Understand? I mean, not physically. All right. So, got it? Next time, don't push. Oh, I stand there and push them over there. And you know where to sit next time. All of you. And tell all the coward men as well what to do next time. Okay? Listen to your mother here, you never go wrong. You're already 45 years old or something. And you are the householder. Huh? The chief of the house, of your tribe. So, good night. See you, huh? If you go tomorrow, have a good journey. And see you next time. Well, you look healthy enough. Take care, huh? The problem is we have too many women here. Too many women, you know? Because all the men have to stay home and work. They have money for you. Thank you. Oh, you seem very swell. Professional? Yeah. It's cold, huh, today? Yeah. Better than yesterday. The cold has become better, huh? Colder. Today, the man has eaten the lion. And the woman throw out. It's funny. You always do things in such an extreme way. Very drastic change, huh? Funny. You funny guy. So the man has learned so fast. Today they push the woman out of the country. Yeah, tell the illegal immigrant to get out. Now, that sounds like my silly brothers. It's a little, huh? It sounds like my brother, huh? Yeah, that has improved, huh? That's good. Good for both sides. All right. Just give me some encouragement. Yesterday? Huh? 69, right? Okay, now we begin with the even number. Yeah. Woo, is it not cold, huh? Did you eat well? Yes. Sleep good? Yes. Instead of, oh, this cold is all right? Yes. Really? Yes. Why? How come? It's warm? Is it warm there? Oh. Go in the tent, huh? Oh. I could have moved you into a small house, but, you know, I don't know if you like to sleep together, like sardine in the nose, like in the can. Huh? There is the empty place, the the office of the female before, nun's office. I could have quartered you there, but I thought you might not like it. You prefer individual, right? Individual too. If you're not okay, tonight you may sleep there. You want to sleep inside the house? Yeah? It's okay? How about these brothers? You okay too? If you put that hat down, in the night, it's all right. It's another thing is that to cover yourself with the blanket, the thinner blanket or Quán cloth all over like this, up to toe, and then lay down with it and cover with the, and then it should be very warm. It's warmer than you cover from head to here. You from toe to you have to cover from here, wrap it all over, and then zip up. Simple life, huh? Actually, you know what? We are already very fortunate in the modern time, huh? When I read the stories of the old America before Columbus or after, even just a few decades after, the Indian or some of the Americans or Spaniards who went there endure extreme hardship and cold, even in California. California is a warmer state, one of, already ideal, but at that time, the priests, the Christian missionaries, and the priests went there. They have to walk through and through jungles and desert and in extreme cold weather without shelter and without clothes. Because sometimes their clothes has been lost in the sea or during battle somewhere with some of the natives through some misunderstanding. And then they've been bitten by mosquitoes and eaten by wolves and, all kind of disaster have been befalling them in those times. It's terrible to think of America at that time. Even the Indians suffer too. Not all of them, but many of them suffer, starvation and cold too. Because at that time, they don't have modern equipment, and they go from one place to another searching for food by means of hunting, and they plant some coins and all that, but it's not that much. They don't know how to multiply things. And if they have guests, both of them go hungry. 50%, thing like that. That's what I read in the old time, Some of the book saying like that. Okay, now let's get on with the Himalaya business. Okay, 70. You remember well, That there are many ways to concentration. And Shiva has over 112. Now we are up to the 70. It is written here that illusions deceive, colors circumscribe, even divisibles are indivisible. So, didn't say anything. That's it. That's Zen. Now you understand? Yes, you do. Because if you don't, that make two of us. Never mind. If you don't understand, nobody force you to. Perhaps I try to understand. What the Master meant here is that doesn't matter what we see with our eyes, whether it is physical or I'll say invisible. Yes. They are illusions. And even these illusions are also illusion. Because there is no such thing in the universe such as visible and invisible, divisible and indivisible. You understand? They belong, this theory, these illusions belong to the dual world of Maya. And the Master means everything is just that, or this, or it. You know what I mean? That's it. Got it? Yeah. Good. Now we go to number 71. Now, he tell you how to deal with desires. Desires we all have, and we have plenty. Even spare. We can spare some to give to someone else. Should he sit next door, we can infest him or her with some of our surplus desire. So now how to deal with it? I told you many thousand ways already, but he has one more extra here. When some desire comes, consider it. Consider it even. Don't you run away from it. I always tell you to run away, but he tell you, consider it. My God. I dare not read him anymore. I contradict to my teaching. Well, let's see what else. Any desire comes, consider it, then quit it. Oh, that's good. Like football. Now you know how to deal with them, okay? Just quit them. Consider what it is. All right, I know, you're coming. You want me to go and fight a girl? All right, okay. Now stop. That's it. Just tell the mind to stop all this nonsense. We don't want to listen to him. And then sometimes he will feel very shy, embarrassed. And then he'll quit. He stop. He feels it's so nonsensical, whatever he wants. Because today you give him this, tomorrow he wants another thing. And tomorrow you give him another thing, then he wants another thing. And never stop. So I just tell him, stop today, okay? Sooner or later you have to stop, so why not now? That's it. Now, number 73. With your entire consciousness, in the very start of desire, of knowing, no. This is really Zen. Just like that. He say, no. I don't know what he knows, but he say, just no. Do you know? Yes. You don't? Why don't you know? Okay. If you don't know, it's all right with me. I don't mind. Then we go to 74. We have to do what we know, What we don't know, then we don't know. Okay. Perhaps what the Master meant is that before desire and before knowing. Oh, no. Oh, 71, not 72, Oh, I jumped. Oh, leapfrog. That was number 71, now 72, 72. Oh, never mind. We made that one number 72, and now we come. It's okay. Just now, he say that when in the beginning of the desire, just try to know. Know what? Know everything. Know the illusory nature of desire. Know the illusory nature of satisfaction of all desires. Know the illusory nature of all the beginning of all desires and the end of all desires. Everything is nothing. That's how you know the root of the desires. And then you put off forever. And that's how you deal with desires. Perhaps that's what the Master tell you. Because during the daily life activity, sometimes we find ourselves wandering around in a realm of desires instead of a realm of reality and mindfulness. See? So turn that into our own advantages by knowing the illusory nature of our desires. And then the desire vanishes, right? When you know the thieves who are mistaken for your sons, then the thieves will run away. Is that not so? When you realize it, then it's gone. Right? No need to fight. Just know, I know you. You are masked. You are not the one that I want. And then he know, he embarrassed or he fear and disappear. Capiche? Yeah? Yeah, now. I just recruit some more men so that the yin-yang is is balanced. Huh? See that? See that? See it? Same, you have to balance your account every day. Huh? But today, both the sexes improved. I'm very pleased. The tape does work. The tape which marked the frontier does work. What I tried to convey for 10 years, the tape can do it overnight. So, this is a magical tape. You can take home and and do wonder about it, okay, with it. Wow. If I know the tape is so good, I would employ it a long time ago. Now, you know the tape can also use to shut up any big mouth, huh? Next time we do that, in case, okay? Now we only tape it on the floor, but next time, if somebody talk too much, we will raise the level of the tape to the 5th store and then block every obstacle. Number 73, okay? Before that was number 72? Okay, if I say 73, now you made it 72, okay? Now this is the real 73. Number 72 now supposed to be number 73, is that? It's very important. The number. Okay. Now, this is 72, but becomes 73, okay? Before desire and before knowing, how can I say I am? Consider this mystical, nonsensical koan, and then dissolve in the beauty. The beauty, this means the one, yeah? The Almighty, the original, the God, the Creator, etc., etc. Eh? So the Master used many names for the creators or God. Eh? So sometimes he say that or this or the one, the Tao, the indivisible, the unfathomable, right? Unfathomable, yeah. Boom. And the beauty, or the Father, or the beloved, or the mysterious force, or the positive power, the inner master, etc., etc. So, if the master meant is, if, I suppose, if we have never have any desire or any knowledge of knowing this and that and others are good and bad and evil and virtues, then how can we even know that we exist? Is that not so? If you just sit here or in samadhi, you don't even have the I, you don't have me, you don't have anything. Is that right? Then of course you don't have the I, the ego, or the existence of the individual physical self. Therefore consider this. Anytime desire comes, anytime something arises that make you produce the discrimination sense, then begin to consider immediately that before before I know bad and good, virtues and evil, beauty and ugly, where was I? How am I? What am I? Who am I? Yeah. Understand? And so that's what it is, I guess. Huh? Then if you keep considering all this in a deep sense of pondering, then you probably will enter and dissolve yourself into the beauty, into the one. Number 74. Oh Shakti. It's so romantic, huh? Each particular perception is limited, disappearing in omnipotence. Okay, now, perhaps what he meant is, I'm 99% sure that he meant, even though we are very, democratic here, but I decide everything. Whatever I say is 99.9% correct, all right? You have 0.1% free will and democracy. Now, 99% of my opinion is that the Master meant that any of your perceptions are nothing, are very insignificant compared to the omnipotence. The omnipotent attribute of the Most High will dissolve any of your preconceived ideas, any of your opinions, any of your limited perception about the world, about the Tao, about the truth, about every other kind of argumentative nonsense. You understand? So, anytime the ego rises up and make us think that we know this, we know that, we understand this, we understand that, and we are above others, we're better than anybody else, etc., etc., and our opinion is the only one, the 99.999% correct, then we must remember that even we, the mighty thinker, is absolutely nothing in this omnipotent universe. Understand? In this omnipotent power of God. Capish? Yeah.